So I guess when you're looking at like actually being on a show and having the conversation, I guess what is your approach to the conversation? Like, I guess how do you balance like what you're trying to get across with what the show is trying to get across, and like what is your I guess your thought process around that?
Sure. Well, first of all, they all have a particular theme. I'm about to go on to a podcast in a little bit, which is what was my worst investment, right?
Mm,
So they have a particular angle, and so that's something you have to groove into. Um, and you just, I think, um, I think a lot of guests end up really boring,
hmm
and so you have to be willing to just spice it up and come up with anecdotes and keep it lively, because at the end of the day you're trying to keep that podcaster's popularity up, right?
mm
You're trying to help them be successful. And so it's really a responsibility of mine to create a really good product for the podcaster that they will take away. And of course it'll help me because I'll have more distribution out of it. So it's everybody wins. So you really got to think about, how is this thing going to relate to the audience? How is it exciting? How can I make it unusual, a breakout thing? Because then I can also take snippets from the podcast, and we turn it into clips, and it turns into stuff that we use a lot. That is sort of like, huh, that's wild, right? So all in all, we're in a content game, and when we say content, we're really talking about stuff that turns heads, right?
mm
It's got to turn heads. It's got to stop people. Like, huh, what? That is vital. Because there's too much crap.
hmm
You know, somehow Facebook has figured out that I like, steep skiing videos and dash cam crashes, and that's all it feeds me. Well, they've learned, right? Because that's how I behave. That's what I click on. So that is obviously, those reel makers have done a great job of attracting my interest, and that's where it's at.
Well, I think my Instagram feed thinks I'm my wife because I'm often like seeing cool recipes and sending them to her because we're always trying to like make like interesting like homemade things. So I always get the link and send it to her like, oh, look at this one. We should try this one. So my Instagram feed is literally just like homemade farm recipes. That's so I think they've figured me out.